Hello and welcome to 3 Minute Gaming. I'm Nathan, and today I'm going to take up this game worth your time and bandwidth. Today's game is Koumajou Remilia Scarlet Symphony. One of the most famous Touhou fan games from 2009, Scarlet Symphony is back with some improved graphics for a new generation. Is it worth revisiting? Scarlet Symphony is available on PC and Switch, and is currently priced at $30. The game will take you around 45 minutes to beat or less on easy, with 1.5 being about as long as it took on the harder difficulties for me. And as a full disclosure, a key was provided by the dev for this review. So what exactly is Scarlet Symphony? Well, it's a 2D Castlevania-style game featuring the characters from the Touhou universe, which, if you aren't familiar, is a popular shmup series that has since spawned a massive amount of art, music, doujin, and fan games over the past decade and a half. And to be fully transparent, I actually played the original release of this game back in 2009 during my game dev days. You play as Reimu, Shrine Maiden, who sets off on a quest to uncover what is causing a scarlet mist in the Devil Mansion. On the way, she'll encounter a variety of characters from the Touhou universe as either friends or foe, complete with some entertaining banter. The game is fundamentally Castlevania, and the version before the Metroidization of it, in that this is a linear 2D platformer where you traverse through levels killing monsters until you reach a boss, who you then also kill before going to the next level, of which there are 8 in total plus 1 bonus. Reimu is equipped with a whip as well as a repeating ranged attack which uses ammo, and said ammo is plentifully dropped by enemies and candles. Additionally, Reimu can fly temporarily by pressing jump twice and also shoot in the air, allowing for some unique dodge mechanics or just the ability to fly over large portions of the level like Peach from Mario 2. You can also summon a variety of allies over the course of the game, each with their own unique attacks, and this takes ammo as well. Enemies are generally identical in both visuals and actions to the Castlevania games, with skeletons throwing arcing bones, minotaurs having charge up lunges, some skeletons reanimating, and so on. There are also a variety of fairy enemies that have bullet hell type shots that are a unique change. Speaking of bullet hell, the bosses are very unique as well, pulling from the Touhou series and having a lot of bullet hell style attacks. This requires you to master both the aforementioned flight controls as well as learn the unique hitboxes of the character. The game is pretty short. Even on normal, you can usually crunch through it in under an hour, though it may take a little longer on harder difficulties. And that's pretty much it. All in all, Scarlet Symphony is a re-release of a 2009 Touhou fan project and is a 2D Castlevania game with a few quirks. So what do I like about Scarlet Symphony? Well, bosses are a fantastic challenge, with the combination of bullet hell and platformer leading to some really awesome and engaging fights. Additionally, the voice acting, the music, and the portrait art is all really solid, particularly the music. It's just really great. And lastly, I like the unique ideas and controls around moving the main character, with flight, summons, and the ranged attack, making for some really engaging battles. When it comes to the bad, assets, motifs, and more feel ripped straight from Castlevania games, and while I really don't mind when games play homage, such as the Deedlit game, there is sprite work here that borders on tracing, particularly on how the main character has the same movement animations as Alucard from Symphony of the Night. Additionally, lots of the levels are pretty bland, with many repeating the same straight pathways full of enemies over and over, and a lot of levels not designed around the main character's flight abilities. I flew over a lot of this game. And lastly, a lot of issues from the original release have not been ironed out, such as respawning in a room and getting hit before the game gives you control back, weird and wonky flight controls, clock tower traps, they're difficult to discern from the background, and so on. As you know, I rate games here on a 3-point scale. Must play, maybe consider, don't bother. As someone who is honestly nostalgic for it, I have to admit that I don't think Scarlet Symphony holds up and is not worth your time. It's an important game for the Touhou project's legacy, but between 2009 and now, the standard for 2D indie platformers has escalated to such a level in which this game is left in the dust. While the music, character art, and bosses remain great, most of the rest of the game falls short. And at the weirdly aggressive price of $30, I just cannot recommend a 13-year-old hour-long game. Then again, if you are really interested and have some nostalgia for it, I'd say hold out and wait for it to drop below at least $10, or wait to inevitably show up in some kind of a bundle. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Did you ever play Scarlet Symphony back in the day? Have you played it now? Let me know what you think in the comments. But regardless, I recommend avoiding this re-release.